Okay.
Now, as I was saying, that had to be the one show that really fucking infuriated me. But it wasn't because of the dub voices. It had nothing to do with that. The only voiceover that I can honestly say that was really questionable at the beginning was Rouge's voiceover.
But some people are gonna argue about the Sonic voiceover.
They can suck my dick. At first, I don't know. She sounded a little too throaty for my taste. At first.
Don't you know,
But,
Rouge has a drinking problem?
I bet she does.
She's like the Courtney Cox of that world.
It grew on me. I eventually sucked it up, and it grew on me. I'm like, she's just
I bet she did.
She was a good voiceover.
Sorry.
But what really infuriated me about Sonic X was the censorship. Now, obviously, I saw the Japanese version before I saw the English version.
What censoring? Amy getting blown away? Not having panties? There's no censoring there. No censoring there.
Yeah, there wasn't any censoring. There wasn't any. But that's sad. I mean, what really infuriated me about the series was the censorship. And it's not even censorship, oh, it's too violent or whatever. I mean censorship like, what?
Hey.
Case in point. Now, there were some scenes that I guess they could have considered violent. But honestly, it's no different than a young child falling on the floor and scraping his knee.
No different than, a kid burying another kid's head in a sandbox.
Nice going, Gara. But
Gara, the cure for emo kids.
one particular episode, the episode where you first see King Boom Boo from Sonic Adventure 2. He's over here haunting a cat. He was trapped in a castle, whatever, and Amy Rose ends up getting possessed. In the Japanese version,
that's what they call it now.
King Boom Boo.
Yes, Boom Boom.
Boom Boo. It's the part where Amy Rose ends up getting possessed, and Sonic has to deal with her or whatever. So in the Japanese version, Sonic runs up behind her and lightly chops her in the back of the head, and the ghost comes out of her mouth. In the 4Kids version, all you see him do is run up behind her, and the ghost just flies out of her mouth. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, why? Like, I'm sorry, is this too violent? Is this slightly violent or something?
I don't know what you're talking about. We saw that judo chop a million times in our James Bond.
Mind you, same episode. Sonic's over here karate chopping a few ghosts. It's all right. Oh, we beat on the ghosts because they're the bad guys. Moment Amy Rose is into the equation. We gotta do it because we're.
Want to know why? Want to know why?
Why?
Because this is where Chris Brown got his influence from.
Oh wow. It's perfectly acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable. Oh, he hitting ghosts. Comes Amy Rose. Oh, we can't hit it. We can't see that because she's a girl. And the reason why Poison was born. If you know what Final Fight is, you know what I'm talking about.
Nice.
To this day, we have so many people confused about that bitch. But, obviously...
Confused? It's clear what she is.
Yeah, real fans obviously know what she is. But you know what? To the people that are not familiar with the Japanese shit, you know. But, then there was another particular episode in the Sonic Adventure 2 arc, where Knuckles and Rouge are battling each other. In the part of the game where when they first fight each other for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
In that particular segment, there's a part where he goes to swing at her in the Japanese version, and he actually nicks her in the face. Small cut, nothing serious. In the English version, you don't see it. But mind you see violence later on as the series progresses. Makes no fucking sense to me.
But it's blood. The little kids can't see that.
Obviously, and then of course, there's this one. While we're on the Sonic Adventure 2 subject. Last time I checked, Maria Robotnik wasn't taken away by the military. What the fuck was that about? Maria was captured and the military took her away. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at that like, what?
And I'm glad I did not watch Sonic X.
Mind you, Sonic Adventure 2 was rated E for everyone.
Thank you.
Or KA, kids to adults. But either way, it was for fucking kids. In the game, Maria was shot. Okay?
She was Tupac and Biggie Smalls in one.
Low blow. She was shot in the original game version. She was shot in the Japanese version. She wasn't taken away.
They ran up on her, gave her a blindfold and a cigarette, and said, "Congratulations, it's game over."
She was fucking shot. I don't know where these people came out their mouth talking about,
The military.
military took her away. Because,
Don't you know?
inclined, that would be saying that she was still alive.
So don't you know her name was written in the detention note?
No, the disappear note.
The disappear note.
Disappear note. Oh my god, I sat there and I looked at these motherfuckers like, oh, come on, if it was in a fucking kids game, you people couldn't put it in a fucking cartoon? We're gonna, by telling the kids that she was shot, it's gonna influence kids to pull another Columbine.
Of course.
Yeah, that makes perfectly good fucking sense. No, it doesn't. And then, of course, we have the senseless edits. Like, those weren't senseless enough. Last episode of Sonic X, they had a couple of signs. You had the house to Cream's mom's. It was, you had the sign for the house of Cream's mom. And then you had the sign, the house of Amy Rose. The signs were blank in the English version. They were censored. They don't want to know, they don't want kids to know where Cream's mother and Amy lives. What do you think about that? Huh? They actually censored the house of Amy Rose in the English version. Like the actual word for word on the sign. Oh, well, they left it clear.
Well, I can come up with a perfect explanation for that. They didn't want you to find it.
Hey, last time I checked.
Fuck!
Last time I thought Amy and Cree live in an apartment. Yeah, we all remember the Sonic Battle game, the Game Boy.
Well, actually, Amy's the one that lives in the apartment. Then again, you have to understand, Sonic X freaking suffers from so many continuity issues.
Yeah. It's
better to just watch it for what it is.
Yeah.
And don't bother to think about it, as far as that goes. But as far as the whole senseless censorship goes, yeah, we can't let that go. I'm sorry. And then of course there was a couple of edits. Then there was the episode where Amy's at the beach and she's battling these construction robots that turn into a giant centipede. In the Japanese version, the robots actually spoke. In the English version, they were silent. I'm like,
maybe they called her a bitch.
Is 4Kids that fucking lazy or not make enough money that they couldn't have somebody voice the robots? I'm
I mean, you've got 50 million people working at your place. You could have just grabbed some random dude out of the hallway and go, "We need a voice for a robot." There.
And it's not like they had to say much. All he had to say was "ow." No, they replaced it with robot noises. I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, you motherfuckers are just lazy. Kindly get the fuck out. And then, of course, there's the most infamous one. Aside from the house signs.
Oh, by the way, I have a message from Colin. She says censorship is good for the children.
Censorship is good for the children?
Censorship is good for the children, huh?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You can...
Then they shouldn't be watching it.
Then they shouldn't be watching it. There you go. And tell them that raises weak children. That raises... that doesn't raises children. That raises pussies. I remember back in the day when you made fun of a little kid, they could take a joke.
Oh, and tell her.
Nowadays, you tell a kid he's stupid, he'll go and run to his mother.
And tell her, microbeam in English. Microbeam in English.
Microbeam in English. But, yeah, what was it? Oh, yeah. This one had to be the crowning achievement as far as... I mean, this even made Weasel mad.
Which is shocking.
The baseball episode.
In response to that, it says, no, that raises sexual deviants like me.
Applaud. Applaud.
So, look, it's good for the children, too. Teaches them sex ed early. But, just joking. But,
no, we're not.
But, yeah, the crowning moment. The fact that the baseball episode, yes, the episode where it was Eggman's team of robots versus Sonic team at the Diamond Stadium.